Welcome, big afternoon, the Super Saturday of WA State League, Goods Property Services Men's and Women's State League. Huge day here out at Hensman Park where we're seeing both finals being played, unprecedented times here in the Goods Property Services WA State League. We're looking forward to an unbelievable day of tennis, the best athletes that WA Tennis has got to produce. And today's broadcast match is the women's competitions, number 1 and number 2 being Hensman Park up against Alexander Park. Huge day. My name is Brett Patten. I'm standing alongside Tennis Australia's High Performance Academy manager, Goran Marijan, for what will be an incredible day's play of tennis. What do you think about the matchup, particularly in the women's Hensman Park, Alexander Park today? Who's your fancy for this particular tie?
It's going to be a great day. I think I'd probably have to fancy Hensman Park just after a great season they've had. Only one loss during the season, but obviously these two teams have played each other twice this season. It's 1-1, so looking forward to a great day.
It's going to be a huge day, and the second match on today in the courts just behind the centre courts here at Hensman Park is Cottesloe men up against Hensman, and they're two of the best teams that I've seen over recent years. Both come into this match in really good form. The best player in the competition, Scotty Jones, number 1 player for Cottesloe, undefeated. A lot rides on Scotty Jones and potentially Will Hahn in the number 2 position for Cottesloe if they're to get a chance to push Hensman Park, who have gone through this season undefeated in the men's competition. They've got the likes of Matthew Burton, who's been a standout this year, Vuk Velukovic, who comes in after a break in the first half of the year, playing away at college tennis, Reese Johnson, who used to be the NCAA number 1 ranked doubles player in the competition. They are a really star-studded lineup, but for me it comes down to that number 2 position with Will Hahn. How do you see this day going in the men's state league competition, Goran?
Oh, like you said, it's going to be great tennis. It does come down to a couple of matches. There might even been a few changes. Obviously, I don't know if Will or Scotty Jones, they're playing 1 or 2 at the moment, but good tennis. Obviously, Scotty Jones is a big player for the Cottesloe team. I think he's undefeated for the season, so it does come down to him, I think. You're right.
A few bit of cloak and dagger here at the start of the State League Grand Final today with the order changes. Of course, it's 2 versus 4 and then 1 versus 3, and that finishes with 2 doubles. 6 ties today, right across today. Super Saturday, Tennis West State League Property Services. We are looking forward to what is sure to be an incredible day of tennis. We'll be broadcasting live through the West Australian Live feed, the newspaper. We want to thank to them. Obviously, Tyre Power have been a wonderful partner of Tennis West across this whole summer of tennis. Looking forward to what's going to be a huge day's play. But over our shoulder, you can see just behind, we're seeing young Peyton Duckett, right of camera. She's from Alexander Park, coming up against Ksenija Vujacic. What do you expect from this particular tie?
I think it's going to be a good match. They've played each other a few times. I think Peyton was a winner last time, maybe in a super tiebreak. And they played each other obviously during tournaments. They trained together a lot at the tennis centre. So it's going to be a close matchup, and I think that's a really good change from Alexander Park to get this matchup going.
Looking forward to a huge day's play. We'll take a quick break and we'll start commentating once the play gets underway. 123 years in the making, 5 months, 15 rounds of State League competition. Finally, Super Saturday here at Hensman Park Tennis Club. Big matchup in the women's grand final of the Goods Property Services State League competition this year, 2021-22. Hensman Park up against Alexander Park, I should say. In the men's competition, just over the back of the women's courts here, we're seeing Hensman Park coming up against Cottesloe as we kick off. Ksenija Vujacic serving for Hensman Park up against Peyton Duckett. A few nerves have got to be here for Peyton. Particularly, this is her first State League full season and finds herself into a State League final with Alexander Park. It's the first time Alexander Park in the women's competition have found themselves in a grand final for the best part of 30 years. How do you think she's going to manage the pressure?
There'll definitely be some nerves. I think the way you should manage it is to try to feel like you're making a lot of balls at the start of the match. Try to keep it simple. Yeah, just like a great return, great 4th ball there, but just to keep it simple at the beginning, get the nerves out by making a lot of balls and get a good rhythm and feel.
Both teams dressed in white shirt, black shorts, black dress. Pretty hard to tell, although Peyton's wearing the cap, the pink cap, Ksenija the black cap. A lot of expectation on the Hensman Park team. 1 loss to Alexander Park 3 rounds ago. Few nerves from Ksenija. We did see Ksenija start quite slowly against Alexander Park a matter of 3 weeks ago. Seemed to throw in a few too many double faults. I mean, is that just finding a rhythm? Does she need to do more time in the warm-up?
I think it's probably a bit of rhythm and maybe the start of the match as well, so a bit of nerves. I think that match was up against Maddie Watson, and there were a few double faults, as I remember. So same for Ksenija as well. I was saying with Peyton, just to make a lot of balls and get a feel for the match.
Beautiful play, Peyton. A nice little fist pump there. She's off to a very good start, finding herself up with 2 break-point opportunities in the opening game of this first set. Perfect day for tennis out here. Forecasted temperature around 29, guys. A little bit of breeze blowing right to left.
Very nice weather. Good temps. Bit of humidity, but I'm sure they'll handle it.
And there it is, first break is served. New ball's just flying off the courts here at Hensman Park. Very impressive start for young Peyton Duckett. First grand final as she skips away to an early break. 1 game to love. So we sneak across to court number 2. Sheridan Currie from Alexander Park up against Hayley Burton. I mean, Hayley Burton from Hensman's had an outstanding year this year as well. I think she's won 11 of 13 singles she's played. Sheridan Currie started the season as the #1 player for Alexander Park. It's just slid down the order a little bit. We don't know if that's tactics or form, but certainly is a journey woman, has won a number of state league titles with various clubs, Blue Gum, City Beach. And she finds herself up an early break, 1 game to love serving.
I think Sheridan's going to maybe try to make it uncomfortable with a few slices to Hayley. But like you said, Hayley's had a great season, so it'll be interesting to see how she responds to that early break.
Beautiful play and a nice little come on there as we skip back across to the top court. Peyton Duckett serving after having an early break against Vujacic from Hensman Park.
Just after a double fault, their first point of the game, but nice again, just good pace off the ground. Ksenija just lacking a few hands on the ball there, making a few errors that are flying long early on.
That's a beautiful, just wide.
Nice wide.
I do like that swinging right-handed serve out to the forehand wing and then opening up that backhand court. I mean, that was the perfect play, just over committed to that forehand down the line. Needs to hold this serve, Peyton Duckett. She's probably coming into this match as the underdog. Ksenija had an outstanding season herself, winning 11 of 13 of the singles she's played at State League this summer. A few nerves creeping into young Duckett's game. Both girls just feeling each other out, early stages.
Yeah, Ksenija, as you said, Ksenija is definitely the more experienced player of the two. Played in a couple of finals before, so but it's always a final, always a little nerves.
Overplaying, just too many errors there and gives the break straight back. 1 game apiece. Both girls just feeling nerves, a little bit of tension in the shoulders and the arms, and hadn't settled into this match after the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, as you can see, there hasn't been really many rallies, probably over 4 or 5 shots just yet, so everyone's trying to go big early in the rally.
Of course, match commenced today at 12:30. Matches generally commence at 1, given the nature it's a final. Could be long matches, start at 12:30 today. That's a little bit better. Both girls just feeling each other out in the forehand wing. I mean, they'll both be looking to use that forehand. Obviously, the stronger side for both these athletes. I mean, what's your suggestion for either player? I mean, would you like to see them be a little bit more aggressive, maybe move forward? I know that's not their natural game.
Probably taking the ball early, then moving forward, just to try to feel like you can take time away from your opponent. That was probably the longest rally we've seen so far. So you can see maybe in the third game now, they're both feeling a little bit more comfortable.
Nice serve there from Ksenija, striking right back.
Yeah, good depth on that second serve in the body as well, just jamming up Peyton.
Great tradition here at Hensman Park in the heart of South Perth. Been perennial finalists, if not grand finalists, and if not winners. They've had a great track record, great culture down here for high performance. James Connolly, Mark Luber, for many years have been driving the high performance program at Hensman Park. Overplaying. Court's a little bit gritty out here, a little bit slower than normal hard courts that we see. There's a little bit more grit to the texture of the court, holding the ball up.
Yeah, so I think the girls have to understand that and just be a little bit more patient with their decision making.
Just overplaying that first serve. There's that absolute flying off the racket ball. I mean, these balls, they'll start to get a bit more fluffier and the ball will start to slow up through the air, but all the balls are still firm. The matting is still quite tight around the ball. These balls are really starting to fly through the air. We've seen that in the first stage of this first 3 games. See the style that Ksenija's going to bring to this particular match today. She really likes to lean in. Anything short, she'll come over the top with a big forehand. Likes to spread the court against her opponents. Good counter-punching style of Peyton Duckett. Good wheels.
Yeah, good wheels. Just you can see Ksenija there, just slowly moving into the court after every shot there, just to try to keep the pressure on.
Pushing Ksenija about 2.5 metres back behind the baseline. Good depth from Peyton. Just going to the towel. I mean, it's quite tropical out here at Hensman Park. It's a small breeze, but sort of dense. A little bit of heat in the air. Of course, the heart rate will be up. A few nerves kicking in. Good depth again. How long does it generally take the athletes to settle?
Usually a couple games on my mind. I think okay, they both did lose serve, but obviously it's 1-1, so no, they're both on the board. And just understanding the mixture of play, I think Ksenija tried to slow down that first serve there and actually backfired. Patten hit a good return deep, so just trying to change the rhythm a little bit.
Ksenija Vujacic serving. Still struggling on that first serve. Just calling that forehand a little long, and that's another break of serve. 3 breaks to start this match. Both girls feeling the pressure out there. We sneak across to court number 2. Sheridan Currie, Hayley Burton. Lovely court coverage there from Sheridan. The ball just dipping down to the incoming Hayley Burton. Just the early stages of this match with Ksenija and Peyton Duckett. The serving motion of Ksenija, we had a good look at it just there. Missing a high percentage of first serves. Anything mechanical?
Just I think contact points really. Just feel like she's going up and after it, not letting that ball drop, just to get that maximum height.
Sheridan Currie serving. Beautiful court spread there from Sheridan. Currie.
Yeah,
Unorthodox game, hasn't she? I mean, particularly against the young athletes nowadays. I like the ball really coming through, and she sort of used a lot of slice and a lot of different spins.
Yeah, she's just going to try to keep that ball low out of the hitting zone, I think, of Hayley, and did really well there to anticipate that backhand cross court and get around and hit that inside in forehand. So looking good at the moment, 2-1 up.
You see just the come on, the fist there from Sheridan Currie. Up at early break against Hayley as we sneak across to court number 1. Peyton Duckett, Alexander Park. 2 breaks of serve. Gave one back in the last service game. Finds herself up 2 games to 1. Pushing that ball a little wide. Of course, we're going to bring you the updates from the Men's State League final being played here at Hensman. Cottesloe up against Hensman Park. Bring you those results across today's play. Just going after that, a little bit of aggression coming into play there for Peyton. Of course, you'll be hearing the voice of Goran Marijan, Tennis Australia's High Performance Academy Manager for WA. Joel Pleydell, former WA Open doubles champion, right across this afternoon's play. I want to give a call out to Rob Kennedy and Tom George, who've been part of the broadcast, Shane Smedley, all watching via the West Australian Live newspaper feed. Overplaying that forehand.
I think the serve is just going to be a big part in this match here on the first court. There's been already 3 breaks of serve. So if someone can hold and put a bit of pressure on, it's going to put a bit of pressure on the other opponent serving. So Peyton's 3rd double fault so far.
We spoke about Xenia's serve. What can you see sort of breaking down early stages of Peyton's service games?
With Peyton's serve, I think it's more of a drop as well. Her left hand seems to drop a little bit early, and that's why I feel like the serves are in the net most of the time. So that right side of the body's just not getting up and after the ball. Great point. Good hitting from both girls, but Peyton was definitely the one that could be able to hit the corner a bit better and dictate the point. I think the match is going to be like this, a little bit of the same pace between the girls. So if someone does have a little bit of variety, it might help.
Frustration creeping into Xenia's game. Just doesn't show too much emotion on the court, whether she's winning or losing, but she can just sense a few too many unforced errors coming off her racket. Yeah, 2 big important points there, 2 break points, and Peyton played both of them very well. Brought the game back to juice here, so this game is starting to become very important for Peyton to consolidate the break. There's that dropping of the left arm we just spoke about moments ago. Really just drag that ball down. The whole body starts to drop and the head drops, and dropping that ball into the midway part of the net. Yeah, it's just hard to get any pace or consistency when that's happening. It's a 4th double fault so far in the match, and just awarding Ksenija a break point opportunity. Ball holding up. course, when the ball comes across, any type of interference, you automatically play 2. Hat drops on the court, ball come across the court. Generally, that's the rules of play. No umpires here today in the State League Grand Final. It's players calling their own lines. We have a adjudicating referee roaming across the 2 courts this afternoon.
Oh, nice.
Another break of serve. Both girls just feeling their way again. 4 games in, 4 breaks of serves as we skip across, introduce Joel Pleydell into the commentary booth.
Thank you, Brett.
Go, Joel.
Afternoon, Goran.
2-2 here on the first court. 4 breaks of serve. Very one-dimensional tennis at the moment. Very straightforward, straight back from the girls. So whoever's really getting that first hit in and dictating the rally is the one that's normally winning the points.
Just overplaying that one, Ksenija there. So
Love 30.
yeah, a lot of points going the way of the return at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah, some good returning. Peyton's definitely the one that's, I think, it's just been able to force a couple of errors off Ksenija with some good returns. There's another one. So really confident on the returning, but Peyton just on the serving part just probably needs to just clean up a few of those double faults and let Ksenija have a few more plays at the ball to try to feel like she can get on top of her service games.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of tension and nervousness maybe. Probably
Yeah.
both
First
playing
final.
their first State League final, so you could imagine, yeah, the serve could probably be the shot that breaks down for them.
Bit of change of pace there on the first serve.
Again, very smart serve though, right into the body of Peyton. So we talk about that a lot, don't we, Goran? And it's very underutilised shot, especially if you are feeling a little bit nervous.
Yeah, get a bit of spin on it, get it in the middle of the box and a bit of work so it is moving around.
And also you just don't give you the return to that opportunity for a free swing if you're jamming their body up. So.
Oh. Nice serve and nice smash there from Ksenija to save another break point. So she got 1 more to go here. So you can see from love 40, she's done what we were talking about, spun the serve in, made a first serve, not letting Peyton have a look at the second serve, and then really done well up the shot after that. So 30-40.
Got away with it, didn't she, there?
Yeah, long rally,
Lucky
but
one. She was playing not to miss there. It was not quite passive, but
yeah, it was probably a little nervous to take the ball out of the air
Yeah,
instead of
probably
letting it bounce or going backwards.
the one that Ksenija just managed to scramble back that volley lob. I would have liked to see Peyton take that one out of the air, but elected to let it drop. Got herself in a little bit of trouble, but fortunately for her, Ksenija made it probably a big unforced there in the end.
Yeah, she was back in the point. She got let off the hook and then made a forehand unforced error there that she had time on. Great play there from Sheridan. Long rallies. Looking for that forehand. Took it early and went at the line.
Yeah, has been glancing over. It seems Sheridan looks to be in control when the points seem to go a little bit longer, so she likes to hang in there, likes the long rallies.
Yeah, I think she's just been better being able to neutralise when she can with that slice.
And just probably a little bit more experience as well, I would have thought, so definitely going to help her in this matchup against Hayley Burton, who's probably playing her first final as well.
Hayley Burton's had a great season so far, and this, I don't know if these two have played each other during the season, but it's a one-way traffic at the moment with Sheridan Currie leading 5-1.
As we've just got word from our producer here, Tommy O, we're having a look at the men's score updates. We got Reece Johnson playing Scott Jones in the number 2 position today. Reece Johnson leading that one 4-1 at the moment, so a little bit of an upset brewing to start off with there. And in the 4th rubber, Ethan Cook leading Max Weir 4-1, so both Hensman boys off to a flyer.
So back on court 1 here with Peyton serving at 3-2, 15 love. Looking to try to hold serve for the first time.
Let first service here for Peyton. And maybe the court's probably out Hensman here. They're probably a little bit slower, I think, than your typical hard court. So
Yeah, Brett and I were talking about it a bit more grittier. So these balls will probably definitely wear out a little bit quicker. So the rallies will come a little longer. Game style has to change a touch just with your patience and your discipline.
yeah, there's a few unforced errors creeping in on Ksenija's forehand there. So
Just having a bit of trouble with Peyton's depth, and Peyton does hit a bit flatter than Ksenija. So when she is hitting that deep ball to Ksenija's forehand, she's getting caught up a little, and yeah, making the error.
she got the serve that she wanted there, and she got that short reply and just overplaying, just maybe running front on into that forehand. Maybe just didn't get set up side onto that ball. Just
Yeah, it was just
maybe
also a step behind from anticipating that or getting up to that short ball, and then just had to be rushed, and the ball got maybe a little bit low as well. 30-15.
Oh, cracking
Right,
return
okay.
there by Ksenija.
Wasn't a bad second serve.
No, I thought that was
Pace,
great.
but-
And it basically landed on the line, that second serve, so it was nice and deep, and Ksenija just leant forward into that one and came up trumps there.
So got away with Ksenija, got away with that as well. Not a great return back after a first serve, and Peyton didn't go for the wrong shot, but just didn't execute it. So now it's 30-40, another break point.
Another break point. This is going to be interesting to see who can settle in quicker. Probably going to take out this first set, I reckon.
Oh, let her off the hook there. Second serve in the body, not a bad second serve, but still Ksenija had a play on it and wasn't able to get her hands in front. And
Yeah, that's right. She's living and dying by that forehand, though, isn't she? So a fair few winners, but also the side that's coming undone with unforced errors as well. So. second service. Peyton just taking her time at the back of the court. It's probably the most important point so far. Juice.
So definitely, you can see Peyton is picking on that forehand with the serve, and obviously got a couple of errors out of it. So
yeah, it looks to I think definitely it must have been something they spoke about beforehand, or maybe whoever's played Ksenija in the past has probably noticed that. So it definitely looks to be the game plan from Peyton to target Ksenija's forehand. But we have seen her hit a few crunching winners off that wing as well. So.
yeah, well, vice versa, you know, Ksenija should be able to try to pick up on that and then maybe sit on it. So it's you know, just analysing of how you're winning points, how you're losing points, and a game point here for 4-2.
Unforced error there by Peyton, just overplaying that forehand. Back to Juice. Yeah, I think because Peyton hits the ball so flat, it is making her margins very difficult out here. So it's a flat shot. She's slightly too high over the net. It's flying long, and if it's not high enough, it's catching the net, as we just saw then. So fine margins.
Good first serve. Yeah, you made a good point there. It's just adjusting as well. If that ball's a little bit lower, okay, got to get a bit more spin on it. If it's up, not in the hitting zone, then go for it. You know, so it is just understanding the shot selection at times. Juice again here. So definitely it's a side that is making errors. So Peyton is analysing that as where the errors are coming from. She needs to be on a break point here. I think serving to that forehand.
I think so. Yeah. Yep. That's where all the errors have come from so far on Ksenija's wing. Again, she's looking for that T serve there. So yes, it's definitely the plan to target the forehand.
Oh, good second serve.
Very good second serve. Good pace and good depth on that second serve. And
so the first hold of the match.
yeah.
There you go. So 4-2. Put the pressure now back on Ksenija to hold.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this maybe frees Peyton up a little bit more now that she's got her first hold on board.
Well, I've always felt like, you know, in these situations, you really just try to go focused and try to get the first point of the game in the next game.
Let first service.
Nice wide serve there. Forcing the error from Peyton. Ksenija just absorbing that return.
I thought that was a ripping return, that first ball back. It was right on the baseline. But
no, she did well to absorb and just redirect it as well to get Peyton on the move. Peyton had the opportunity there with a short backhand, just didn't time it right.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like it has freed her up a bit. A couple of those forehands she really cracked, but as you said, Ksenija was able to absorb it. And Peyton just making that unforced error on the backhand.
Well played, well played.
It's a great move.
Nice 1-2 punch there to set up the volley. So good, another serve out wide there just to open the court.
Yeah, that's right. And then as soon as she saw Peyton take one hand off the racket, she was moving forward, which is the right move. So as you see your opponent take one hand off, you know they're going to go for a slice and then closing in on that net. Great point.
All right, the second hold. 2 holds in a row now after
Yeah,
5 breaks.
That was probably the most comfortable hold.
Yeah, the
so
girls hitting
far,
their
so
spots a little bit more on the serve, so definitely forcing a few more return errors, I think. But still painting up a break, 4-3.
So just a quick men's update we got here. We have Reese Johnson leading Scott Jones 5-3. And in the fourth singles, we have Ethan Cook leading Max Weir 5-2. So both Hensman pairings in the men's, both up a break in the first set.
And also just a quick update on the number 4 singles here. Sheridan leading 5-4 and serving for the first set.
Yeah, but a little bit of a comeback for Hayley.
Yeah,
So
5-1 down.
5-1 down, so she's moved off 3 in a row. As we join the action back on court 1, we've got Peyton serving. Still leading a break, 4-3.
Again, just struggling with that big forehand, deep forehand. Forcing the error again from the forehand side.
Yeah, they're lightning, aren't they, when she gets them right? It's hard, they're flat and they're deep, so it's making it very difficult for Ksenija. Probably just need to be a little bit more patient there, Peyton. Pulled the trigger a little early with that backhand up the line.
Yeah, tough shot, especially when it's landing deep. So
Yeah, and as well, you're taking the high part of the net, aren't you? So again, those margins become even smaller. I like that little change of tactic, just threw in the slice there, so something a little bit different.
yeah, I think Peyton's thrown in a few slices today, and just to change the variety, just to keep that ball a little bit lower sometimes. Most of the match has been just that 1-1 bang, bang, bang hitting, so it's nice to see some variety in the match.
Very well constructed point there by Ksenija. All started with that backhand return. She absolutely laced that backhand. Set up a nice forehand into the open court and then got that short ball and easy put away.
deep forehand line there. Forced the error from Peyton's backhand. 30-40. Just a loose second serve return there from Ksenija. Break point chance to go back 4-all.
Yeah, you just got to put that back in play, don't you? Just put the pressure back on Peyton to come up with something.
Yeah, just have a big target and hit your spots. But yeah, it's a big point to throw away.
Yeah,
Back to juice now.
yeah, definitely the backhand winning of Ksenija is definitely, she feels obviously more comfortable with, I reckon.
Yeah, a little bit more free to swing. A little bit more control as well.
It feels like she gets her timing and her swing right out in front, making the contact, same contact every time on that backhand wing.
Oh.
As I say that, I just put the jinx on her.
Yeah, another break point opportunity and missed the return. So it's not again letting Peyton off the hook really on a big pressure moment.
I think that might have been one of the very few backhand unforced errors I've seen from Ksenija today.
Wow, good point, good point. Good hitting from both girls.
Yeah, that was probably the best point we've seen so far in the match, I reckon.
Peyton doing well, just defending when she had to, but Ksenija really jumped on that short forehand there.
But I thought Ksenija did really well because Peyton actually did a good job of keeping that slice low underneath the net, but Ksenija using a lot of spin on that forehand, just didn't overplay it, just made sure she brushed up the back of that ball into the open court, so very well done by Ksenija. But what I like about Peyton is she looks very natural with her slice backhand, so I think that's good signs for a young player like that.
So the break there, 4 games all. And on the fourth court, Hayley Burton's come back from 5-1 down and 5-all 30 love. So massive comeback there. Okay, Ksenija Vujacic serving at 4-all. You can see Ksenija's game plan there is maybe picking on Peyton's backhand a bit more as well. So getting a few more errors off that side. And she's not as good as controlling the points off the backhand side as she is with the forehand side, Peyton Duckett.
Nice first serve there by straight into the body of Peyton. So maybe starting to settle into the match a bit more, Ksenija, making a lot more first serves. But again, momentum shifts have been changing everywhere today, so hard to pick a winner.
It's definitely Ksenija's time now with a bit of momentum just to try to keep her foot down. Just loose forehand there, just to bring Peyton back in the game, 30-15. Yeah, nice return. Again, looking for that forehand, getting around, pulling the trigger. Even though it was down the middle, good pace, and jammed Ksenija up to force an error.
can't ask for much else in this matchup. It's 4-30 odds, as close as it can get.
On the on the number 4 singles on the second court there, Sheridan Currie now serving at 5-6. So Hayley Burton's come right back and done really good to stay consistent in the rallies, be a little bit more patient off the ground to take the lead in the set for the first time.
Isn't it? Reeling off 5 games in a row against an experienced player like Sheridan, so good signs for Hensman there in that 4th rubber.
Oh, tough time for a double fault there. 4-all, 30-all. Oh, bit of luck there for Hensman Park.
Wow, just catching the tape and dropping over.
That's when you want it. Break point down at 4-all.
Very timely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Incredible luck there. And you got to take them though when you get them.
Oh, another double fault. So not using that luck in the point before.
No,
Giving
not
it straight
capitalising
back.
on that luck, was she,
No.
there? So facing another break point. Though again, she was 30 love up, wasn't she, in this game, and then gave away an unforced error, and I think it's pretty much set the tone, allowed Peyton to get back into the...
Yeah, it's just that ability to know when you are 40 love, 30 love, not to relax, just to keep that mentality and foot down on and making that consistency high to keep players knowing that the pressure is on them as well. Didn't pull the trigger on that short forehand. Just rolled it back cross court. That was her chance there.
Yeah, I think she was in between 2 minds. I thought she was going to take it out of the air, but then thought it was probably dropping a bit too early, so hung back. But then, because she was so far forward, it didn't allow her to get her body weight going into that shot, so she was kind of stuck in a position and playing the ball with her feet stuck to the ground rather than moving into it. So, again, if you're doing that, you lack pace, and it allowed Ksenija to get straight back and neutralise the point.
Back to juice again. Yeah. Another good 1-2 punch. Ksenija definitely, when she gets that serve out wide on the juice side, she's really doing well to then open up the court on that third ball. And then really moving forward in after it, taking it either out of the air or just a short forehand like that one. So big hold here if she can get this point. Big hold, big hold.
Yep, found a nice
Saved a few
first-
break points.
Yeah, found a couple of late first serves there, which enabled her to get that hold. As we move across to court 2. And I think that's the first set going the way of Hayley Burton. So 6 games in a row. Incredible comeback there from the Hensman Park protege. And we've got a score update in the men's State League action. Hensman Park taking the first set in both singles rubbers. So Reese Johnson winning the first set 6-4 against Scotty Jones, and Ethan Cook winning the first set against Max Weir 6-4. So Hensman looking the goods.
Looking
so
the goods
far.
so far, yes. big hold there from Ksenija, saving a couple of break points. Obviously, one of them with a bit of luck on that dead let cord, but did well to win the next point on the forehand winner, and then an unreturned serve. So 5-4 with Peyton serving to stay in the first set.
And just with the update with the men's, so Cottesloe have actually elected. Scott Jones has played number 1 all year, and it's come to the grand final, and they've switched the order around, so they're playing Will Hahn at number 1.
Yeah, it's
today.
a funny switch, isn't it? Interesting move.
It's so far it has backfired though, because Reece Johnson, I think they were banking on Scotty Jones getting the win in that second position. Unfortunately, Reece Johnson, very talented player, ranked number 1 NCAA doubles, so has all the ability and has taken the first set against Scotty Jones. So not one they were probably banking on.
No, a tough matchup. You know, as we know, Reece Johnson is a great player. He's been obviously, like you said, NCAA number 1 in doubles over there in the States, which is a great achievement. And he's always going to be a tough opponent. Doesn't matter who he played against. So the switch up there, they maybe were banking on Scotty Jones to get this one, but you know, like you said, it's backfired a little. It's obviously not over yet, but the first set going the way of Reece Johnson. Here we are back on court 1 now. Peyton Duckett serving at 4-5. Yep. So see there again, Ksenija just doing well there, just to pick on that backhand off that second serve return.
Yes, we're seeing Peyton go for a few more slices now as well, but unfortunately coming with a few unforced errors. So I think we're right. I think both players had clear plans coming into this matchup, and it's going to be who can execute the best. Forehand, isn't it? It's lightning fast.
Fast, deep, definitely forces the error a lot of the time. So that's one shot she needs to be looking for and try to create a bit more of. Again, probably just not getting that return where she wanted to. So, yeah, you know, it's down the middle. It's giving Peyton a chance to get around her backhand and hit a forehand. You know, there's 2 ways around it. Going the other way to open up the backhand side. But then again, you are going to your opponent's weapon. So whether how good they hit that next shot and how much time you actually have to get the ball to the other side of the court. Double fault. 30 all. Yeah, again, looking not enough on that return. Not enough on that return to get it to the Peyton side, backhand side. Peyton did really well. They get around and created a great angle off that shot as well.
Yeah, again, her margin just making it over the net, and as you said, finding a nice angle on that inside-out forehand. So Peyton definitely using her weapon at the moment, doing well to stay in this game, take it to 5 all.
All right, 5 games all.
5 games all, Ksenija. Just another unforced error on the forehand wing.
Oh, nice deep return off the serve.
Yeah, she's definitely finding a range on that forehand wing now, Peyton, so can be very dangerous if Ksenija elects to go to that wing.
Just going to feel like maybe if you do go there, you're going to make him hit it on the run. It's the when you're playing to if someone's shot is hot, you can say they're feeling it, they're confident on it. Probably only go there when they are running onto it. Yep.
Good first serve there by Ksenija. From what we've seen so far, I think whoever's going to make the most of their first serves and highest percentage, I think is going to go a long way winning this matchup. As we've seen, there's been a lot of breaks because a lot of missed first serves and a lot of double faults.
All right. Just Peyton again and control that point just by hitting a couple of forehands. $15.30.
That's a third forehand unforced error in this game already. So again, clear plan from Peyton, just targeting that forehand. It's doing wonders so far. So if you're her, why not keep doing it? That's the way you're winning points. That's what you got to do. Ksenja's got to be able to try and shift the momentum back in her favour. Maybe trying to get it to the backhand side a little bit earlier in the rally.
Yep, she did that, but then
trying to, yeah.
Peyton was able to neutralise that ball. So 6-5 now to Peyton. So to another chance to serve out the set. On court 2 now. Hayley Burton with a great comeback in the first set is up 1-love in the second set now.
Yeah, just looks to be dictating now, doesn't she? Just yeah, finding a range. Although we can see on camera, maybe feeling the pinch a little bit.
Yeah, it is hot and humid out there, and obviously a long first set, and really good mentally from Hayley in that first set, even though down 5-1, to find her way back and really, I think, just understand and when to play the right shots now and dealing with Sheridan's slice. So it's now if she can keep that momentum going, obviously it's 7 games in a row now that she's won. So
yeah, on a bit of a hot streak, and yeah, even though she was 5-1 down, her attitude has not changed and her emotions haven't come out at all. So you wouldn't even have known that she was down 5-1.
Yeah, great return there. Forced another backhand error. Looking the goods at the moment, Hayley for Hensman Park.
Played a great point.
Great point. Just didn't get that smash clean, does it? I don't think she hit it clean. And
yeah, and then just overplaying on that volley. Just it took a big swing at that last volley there and just pushing it wide.
So we move back onto the front court here between the number 2s, Peyton, Duckett and Ksenija Vujacic. Peyton, Duckett serving for the first set at 6-5. Oh, Ksenija not dealing with that slice well, not getting back behind the ball, giving yourself space.
It was a strange one, wasn't it? And there was no acceleration, I thought, on that backhand from Ksenija. There was not much to it, and it nearly bounced before it got to the net. So maybe feeling attention a little bit.
Oh. Loose return there, but if you're Peyton, that's what you want. A cheap point. What's that?
Yeah, first loose one for a few games from Peyton on that forehand wing. So I don't mind the play though. I think it's still the right option. Keep going back into the forehand corner.
Yeah, I think if you're feeling it, go for it. And if you miss one, don't let it.
Yeah, don't let it deter you at all.
Yep.
Again, the depth and pace of the Peyton Duckett forehand there. So earned herself 2 set points.
Oh, big hold and a big first set there for Peyton Duckett for Alexander Park. Taking it out 7-5.
Yes. I think, yeah, towards the end of that set, Peyton was definitely the one who held her nerve the better. So in the first set, that had a lot of changes in momentum. Yeah, just being able to hold her nerve towards the end of that.
Yeah, getting that early break, but then again broken back at 4-3. And then being able to hold off Ksenija at 4-5 to then break again and then held comfortably really at 6-5-15. So taking an important set for Alexander Park. So at the moment we're at 1 set all between the two rubbers.
I think the biggest turning point for that set was when Ksenija was back on serving and she had it 30 love and she just let that unforced error go 30-15, and then Peyton made a really good return 30 all and then just put herself under all sorts of pressure. So that was a big momentum shift in that point.
On to the second singles here. Hayley Burton serving in this third game of the second set. Great volley. And another smash, yes.
Yeah, great athleticism, wasn't it? She got up nice and tall to that high volley / smash. But definitely looks to be the one dictating over on that in that fourth rubber down there. Definitely constructing her points very nicely.
Yeah, she's definitely getting control. As I said before, just dealing with Sheridan's slice now and looking to move forward.
Feeling very comfortable coming forward, which is always a good sign for a young player.
Yep, nice work.
Wow.
Taking that forehand early down the line after the wide serve.
Didn't think it was a bad return either from Sheridan. I thought she found a nice angle with that return, but Hayley moving forward, cutting off that angle and just taking it nice and early up the line. Sheridan unable to get there. seems to be everything she's touching turning to gold in the minute. Hayley.
Yeah, massive comeback and in that first set, and now looking definitely the player who is dictating play in the second set.
String.
Needs to. All right, back into the second singles here. Ksenija Vujacic serving the first game of the second set. Nice 1-2. That wide serve definitely helping Ksenija when she gets onto that. When she hits the target and then onto that third ball, short third ball, and not letting Peyton back in the point.
Yeah, and I think a much needed start after obviously a disappointing end to that first set. So that'll boost her confidence, getting that first serve in and then whipping away the forehand.
Great volley there. Right in the corner, right on the singles line there to force the arrow from Peyton.
Yeah, I think that's the first confident move coming forward. Yeah, for the matchup today, just a willingness to move forward on that ball and take it out of the air rather than let it drop, which I think is a very good play. So there we go. We've got 3 first serves made and 40 love up. So there's no question once the first serve goes in, you definitely increase your chances of winning the point. Again, it's just about finding as many as you can.
Again, good attacking point from Peyton. Definitely going after that forehand again, running around.
Yeah, I guess 40 love down, you don't have much to lose, so you have a bit of a free swing in it. Middled a couple of those, so yeah, very good point.
Oh, yeah. Good control, the slice down the line there, just to force a tough volley from Ksenija. She couldn't get right behind it. And 40-30 now, so it's back in, pressure's on.
That's right. All of a sudden, it's now probably starting to tense up a little bit again.
Oh, nice depth.
Oh, she got one to go her way.
Got one back.
So that's one each.
And it was another big point as well, wasn't it?
That was a huge point to do it on, to go back to juice. So
Did really well on the run here, close to us with that
Yeah,
forehand
that was
to neutralise the point.
magnificent running forehand. 'Cause I thought Ksenija did really well to keep that slice low up the line. But just the athleticism from Peyton there. She very quick to get over to that and whip a forehand. Back to juice.
Great serve, great serve. That's what definitely what she needed. From 40 love back to juice. It was a bit of a pressure point. Came up with an ace.
Yeah, and I think you pointed out before. I think she's more comfortable sliding it wide on the juice court. So very good tactic. Even though a second serve, it's probably a safer option to slide it out wide. So great time to come up with that ace.
Yeah, good 1-2 again. So Ksenija does well there to hold in the first game of the second set. On the second court, Sheridan Currie has actually broken the drought of games and is up a break. So 2-1 up now, serving in the second set. Good serve out wide again, just setting up that short forehand. Taking it early on the rise.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, and another big momentum shift again. So we thought Hayley was looking great and all over it, and all of a sudden finds herself down a break in the second set.
Oh, great return though. Gee, really went after that forehand, inside out.
Obviously today's live broadcast brought to you by Goods Property Services and Scotty's Media. Shout out to Scotty and Tomio, our producer, sitting beside me. Doing a fantastic job bringing to you the live coverage.
Back on the court 1 now. Peyton Duckett serving in the second game of the second set. Didn't catch that backhand at all.
No, yeah, that one.
So just flew.
Yeah, just lost control of that backhand there.
Oh, missed it. Just having sometimes a bit of trouble with those floating ones.
Yeah, that's right.
Just to create the pace and the target hitting with it. Maybe letting it drop a little bit low as well, then have to do a little bit more work. I love 30 now, so a little window here for Ksenija.
Two games.
2-2 games, yeah.
She's got another one, a lucky one that catches the net tape.
Another one that she needed. Love 30 down.
Yeah,
but obviously, you're probably going to see that a little bit more from these girls because they are, like you said, that margin is very low over the net. So a few let chords are bound to happen. Great serve out wide there. Another cheap point. So
Timely first serve out wide. So doing very well to hang in this game. Back to 30 all. Pick up in the microphones. There's a bit going on in the men's action, so a couple of close matches happening out there.
Tough decision there, just a backhand drive volley going away from you.
Yeah, not an easy shot, that one. Could have let it bounce, but I still think right move, take it out of the air, maybe just get a little bit closer. Probably dropped a bit too much in the end, so maybe just a little bit quicker up onto it so it's a little bit higher above the net.
Yeah, 1 game all. So
Yeah.
Loose backhand there from Ksenija. Keeping it. Peyton doing well to keep it even in the second set here.
Yeah, that's right. Found herself love 30 down in that game, so did very well to string together 4 points in a row. 1 all now. Ksenija to serve. Again, just depth and pace, isn't it, from Peyton on the return, just using that forehand very well.
Not an easy ball to control, is it? Just a flat, deep, staying low. Good angled forehand there from Ksenija to force the error.
Yeah, so that's the one you're talking about, wasn't it? If you're going to go into the Peyton Duckett forehand or weapon, got to make sure it's on the run.
Yeah, just to keep her off balance. She's probably going to come up with a few good shots, but also a few errors like that one. So
that one just finding the frame. Score update for the men's. I believe we're on serve in the second set. So Reece Johnson got the first set 6-4 and trails Scott Jones 3-4 in the second set. And in the fourth rubber, Ethan Cook has got a commanding lead. He's won the first set 6-4 and up a break in the second set, leading 4-2. So Hensman controlling the fourth rubber in the men's final.
A comfortable serve, a couple of the service hold there from Ksenija to take the 2-1 lead.
As we move across to the second court, Hayley Burton serving. I just feel like once Hayley gets into the net, she seems to be controlling it very well. So just manoeuvring the ball into all parts of the court. Interesting though, we've been watching this match since the start, and I don't think I've seen Sheridan Currie hit a topspin on the back end yet. So I don't know if maybe there's a problem with her left hand, or she's just choosing to go with the slice, a bit like Steve Johnson on the ATP tour. Doesn't get many topspin backhands. It's on a return.
She had a couple opportunities there when Hayley was at the net to come over it, but she chose to slice.
Yeah, so not sure, maybe a problem with the left hand. Probably, if we look across to the men's final, a bit of a surprising result, I think, with Ethan Cook with such a commanding lead over Max Weir. I think Max Weir's had a fantastic year. He's only lost one singles maybe throughout the year. So
yeah, Cookie's doing well there, being up a set and 4-3. Maxi Weir serving at the moment, obviously big serve and getting a lot of cheap points from there. So it's a couple of important games coming out now, the business end of the set.
So I think we just saw before, actually. So Ethan Cook was leading at break 4-2. So Maxi Weir's got a break back, so he's forced it back on serve. But fantastic depth from both teams, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, you can see why they're
Ethan Cook and Max Weir playing the number 4 position. I mean, that's just shows the talent and the strong growth of talent in WA at the moment.
Yeah, good depth, and obviously I think we were talking about it last week that the teams that do well are the ones that have the good depth. You know, they can win at from 1 to 4. So it's obviously a big positive or a big asset if you can have a good depth throughout the team. So back on the front court here, Peyton Duckett serving at 1-2 in the second set.
Yeah, nice first serve there by Peyton. Again, another let off though. It was probably in the zone of Ksenija on the forehand wing, but that's the wing that's just unfolded with the unforced errors.
Oh.
And another one there, so yeah.
Yeah, making this game very easy at the moment for Peyton. Couple of
I
cheap.
think just lacking confidence hitting that forehand now. Just as you get more and more unforced errors off that side, it just becomes less and less confident, doesn't it?
You can see there's also a lot of body movement, so it's more trying to force it instead of really just letting the racket go. That one's a bit better. But a nice reply though to Peyton again, just to force the error. So 40 love. And on the second court over there, the number 4 singles, Hayley Burton's got that break back, and now it's back on serve with Sheridan serving at 2-3. Point moving forward from Ksenija.
Okay, so update. Scotty Jones has taken the second set against Reece Johnson, 6-3. So they're off into a super tiebreak.
Creeping back to 4:30 now again, 40-30. It's a couple of games have been like this now in the women's. They're up 40 love. Maybe just pull off.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Accelerate, relax a little bit.
Yeah, you said that earlier. You just got to keep the foot on the throttle, don't you? You just got to zone in. Don't take any shortcuts. Make sure your focus is on that next shot. Great hitting, wasn't it, from both girls? That was a very big point, and both players hitting some big shots there. But I liked Peyton, looked very, very comfortable hitting those slices. So did very well with a few of those slices to keep her in the point.
Again, she maybe had a chance in that rally to pull the trigger again on that forehand, just kind of laid back and rolled it back, but had to work hard from well behind the baseline there with the slices, like you said. So, and eventually the error coming from.
I think Ksenija was on top of most of that point. So I think Peyton just did really well to just keep making her play that extra ball. And then again, we saw that forehand, just unforced error, just creeping along at the end there.
Ksenija serving at 2 games all, the second set.
Definitely strike him out of the middle, though. There's no question about that, Peyton. Just obviously, we talk about those margins. Some are going to catch the tape, drop over, but some are obviously going to do what that last one did, to just hit the tape and fell back on her own side. So.
Good body serve there, jamming Peyton up. She's obviously looking for that forehand, but she got jammed up there. So 30 love. Good quality point there.
Yeah, another fantastic point there. Ksenija ripping that last forehand into the open court for a winner. Just very impressive the way Peyton moves. I mean, a couple of shots there, I thought Ksenija had her cold with a winner, and just the athleticism from Peyton. She's very fast around the court just to make them play that extra ball. So a comfortable hold there for Ksenija as they change ends. Ksenija leading 3-2, second set. So update in the men's. Reese Johnson versus Scotty Jones. They're in a super tie break, as I mentioned earlier. Reese Johnson leads 4-3, so very tight at the moment. And it's a big rubber to win, so if Hensman can get that rubber, they're probably the favourites to take the tie today and win the State League competition. But Scotty Jones will no doubt hang in there as long as he can.
We'll move on to the second singles here. Sheridan serving at 3-4. Oh, great shot there from Hayley Burton. Backhand line on the run. Hayley did well there just to put that pressure on the backhand, got the short reply, and then just nice execute that forehand.
Yeah, probably the first bit of emotion I've seen from Hayley today, actually. She's...
I mean, knowing how important it is now, 4-3,
yeah, that's right.
love 15.
Yeah, that was a big opportunity to go love 30.
Yeah, well played. Great return, great volley, following after it.
We switch back across onto the front court here. Peyton serving. Just pushing that one wide on the run.
All right, we're going to have the CEO of Tennis West in, Brett Patten, take my spot. Thanks, guys.
Welcome, Brett, back into the commentary booth.
JP, thanks to Goran Marijan. Boys holding the fort here for a good period of time. Exciting match out here. What have you liked about particularly the play of young Peyton Duckett in that first set, JP?
Yeah, I was mentioning it earlier to Goran. I'm just so impressed of how athletic she is. She's very quick around the court, and her ability to put the ball back into a tough spot when her opponent's on top in the rally has just been incredible, and looks very comfortable and natural with a backhand slice, which you don't often see these days in the women's game especially.
Certainly adds a string to her bow, changing the pace, giving her opponent a different look at speeds and spins. She won the first set 7-5. Peyton Duckett serving from Alexander Park.
So we just got update. Scotty Jones 7-5 up in the super tiebreak against Reese Johnson.
In the number 2 single spot in the men's grand final, Cottesloe v Hensman Park. Peyton Duckett serving. On serve here in the second set. Beautiful deep response there from Ksenija. Just leaned in on that forehand return. A lot of power through the court.
I think just gave back a bit of Peyton's own medicine. I think Peyton's been doing that most of the day with those deep flashing returns. So a bit of payback there. Great return.
Incredible day of tennis all around here at Hensman Park, heart of South Perth. Super Saturday, men's and women's state league goods property service grand final. Ksenija Vujacic from Hensman Park
it's
serving.
Nice to have a lot of social players down here enjoying the action.
Yeah, beautiful forehand, just exposing that forehand wing. But you're right about Peyton. She's got great wheels, great young athlete, does move incredibly well. Good counter puncher, then can turn defence into attack, and we've seen that throughout this first set and a half. Lovely serve. Just finding some rhythm now in that first serve. She lost her way a little bit, Ksenija, in that first set. Just talking to Goran Marijan, just dropping that left arm down a little bit too quick, JP. Seems to have found her rhythm now. Overplaying, but I like that intent, looking to move forward.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta take time away from your opponent, so it's a good move to try and get up into the court and take it early. That's a very, very great shot from Ksenija there. So Peyton did well to get that slice over the net, kept it low. Ksenija using a lot of top spin there, and it just dipped at the last second to drop inside the baseline. So great point there from Ksenija.
Lovely deep response there, Peyton Duckett. Pressure really starting to build, particularly in grand finals time. You've played quite a few grand finals, JP. It's from start to finish, the intensity just cannot drop away. You've got to stay fixated on the end prize, which is making as many balls as you can, keeping the pressure on your opponent.
Yeah, that's right. We were saying it earlier. It's been a lot of momentum shifts in this matchup, but there's Ksenija been up 40 love a few times and then let it slip back to juice. But yeah, you just got to make sure your focus is on that very next ball. So you probably can hear in the microphone there in the background, Scotty Jones has taken the first rubber in the men's State League final for Cottesloe, beating Reese Johnson in a super tiebreak.
Outstanding effort. Reese Johnson, former NCAA #1 ranked doubles player, collegiate tennis. Incredible performance by him coming back from injury. Had a terrific year.
A crucial rubber to win if Cottesloe want to win this year's title. So well done, Scotty Jones. Both players incredibly clutch, I would say. Probably the two most clutch players in our league. So it was always going to be a very tight and interesting matchup.
Keeping you right across today's grand finals, men's and women's. Cottesloe against Hensman Park in the men's grand final. Just overplaying that forehand, just a little long. Change of ends, holding serve. Ksenija currently leading 5-2 as we switch across to court number 2, Hayley Burton. Incredible fight back from Hayley in that first set. Down 5-2, coming back to win it 7-5.
I think it was 5-1, Brett. I think she wheeled off 6 in a row. So incredible job from Hayley.
Sheridan Currie returning from Alexander Park.
Incredible defense from Sheridan Currie there. Just the experience, I think, Brett, just making Hayley play that extra ball. But Hayley definitely looks comfortable at the net, which is really good signs for a young player like her.
First State League Grand Final for Alexander Park in the women's competition for the best part of 30 years. Sheridan has played at a number of teams or a number of clubs, City Beach and Blue Gum, 2 to name, that she's been successful at. But it's been around a while. Journeywoman went to college in the US. Beautiful backhand down the line. You can see Hayley just celebrating and sealing the deal to give Hensman Park their first rubber win here against Alexander Park in the Women's State League Grand Final. Brought to you by Goods Property Services. Incredible fight back from Hayley Burton. She was the captain of the Hensman Park State League side last year. And again, leading from the front, giving Hensman Park a 1-rubber-to-love lead.
Yep, talented family, isn't it? Burton's.
Deep family, good pedigree. Father Ashley won a state league for Hensman Park in 1992. Just overplaying that forehand. Brother Matt Burton's playing in today's semi-final against Will Hahn in the number 1 spot. He also was part of the winning Hensman Park team that defeated Dalkeith last year. And of course, younger brother Cameron, who's part of the WA under-15 state team, went away and played the national championships earlier this year. Again, just dropping that bottom hand away. It was too front on to try to hit that slice, JP. You're a great exponent of the slice backhand. Just need to really stay side on, don't you? Lead with that right shoulder as a right-hander. Yeah,
that's right. And giving those shoulder blades a good squeeze. Oh, ripping forehand there by Peyton Duckett. Definitely a weapon, the forehand. Hits it nice and flat. Can beat a lot of her opponents just by pure pace alone, the way she hits it, nice and flat. But Ksenija doing a very good job in this match, turning it around after losing that first set. So she'll be hoping to push this into a super tie break.
Scotty Jones will be joining us from Cottesloe in a moment's time. Have a chat to him about his match against Reese Johnson. Unforced error there by Xenia. The ball wasn't travelling particularly quick through the air, but her aggressive style, just trying to lean in on that forehand. Few too many double faults, certainly in this second set, creeping into Peyton Duckett's game. You've got to tidy that up a little bit. What can you see mechanically around the serve, JP? As she drops that second set, actually, going to a third set super tiebreaker.
Into a super tiebreaker, yeah, and I think she's got a great action. Obviously, she's still very young, and the power's still yet to develop. So there's no question she's a talent, and she's going to be a very good player. She's very athletic, so. Just needs to bring her energy levels back up, I think, going into this super tiebreak. You see it a lot on the tour, especially in doubles, especially when you go into the tiebreaks and super tiebreaks. The team that comes with the most and brings the most energy usually comes out on top. So just get that energy level right back up now.
Hearing from Joel Pleydell, former WA Open State Open champion, doubles, also winner for Cottesloe State League team some 5 seasons ago. Great deal of experience, travelled the world, played a lot of money tournaments throughout France. Played a lot of good players around the world, hitting partner with Alexander Zverev, number 3 player in the world. So we're keeping an eye on the men's results. Cottesloe v Hensman Park. So we're heading into the super tiebreaker. Peyton Duckett, closest to the camera from Alexander Park, just dropping the second set 6 games to 2 after winning the opening set 7 games to 5. All important second singles here for Alexander Park if they're to put themselves into consideration and contention to knock off the highly fancied Hensman Park at home on hard court. Of course, Alexander Park play on grass, and it does change somewhat the trajectory of the way the game's played.
Definitely, yeah. Obviously, though, take great confidence out of playing Hensman a few rounds ago, beating them on home soil down at Alexander Park a few weeks ago.
Overplaying, 1 point to love, an early mini break there to Peyton Duckett. Has been quite clutch throughout this season with her super tiebreakers, been winning more than she's losing, and this is an important super tiebreaker to get on the board for Alexander Park. 1 point to love serving. Beautiful, just spreading the court evenly. Xenia sitting that point up, moving Peyton from corner to corner, opening up the forehand wing, getting that mini break back. 1 point apiece. First to 10 points, super tiebreaker. Third set, right across the Goods Property Service State League season. Nice swinging serve, just forcing the error from Xenia.
And for a young player, I think that shows great maturity after disappointing losing that first service point, and then coming back with a nice first serve of her own there to get a cheap point. So Peyton leading 2-1 now in this early stages of the super tiebreak. Ksenija really picking up the pace now. We saw in the first set, Ksenija was making a lot of unforced errors off the forehand wing, but certainly in this second set, in the early stages of this super tiebreak, she's finding a lot of good forehands.
Overplaying that serve. Well, she just didn't hear the call. She apologised for not hearing. All catching the top of the tape. Another mini break. Such has been this match, back and forth. Mini breaks, service breaks all the way through the first 2 sets, and can't see any difference here in this third set. It's just up to that person to really hold their mettle, JP. And
yeah, it's still anyone's match. Yeah, it's Very difficult to pick a winner between these two at the moment.
3 points to 2. Peyton, Duckett serving. Of course, they change ends after every 6 points. It is first to 10 points with the advantage of 2. Lovely spread of the court again. 3 points apiece, and you can see young Peyton and under the camera there just letting off a little bit of steam. Catching the racket against the pole as she tried to flick the ball back into the back of the court. 3 points apiece as they change ends. We'll keep you across the second court. Number 3 singles, I should say, being played between Maddie Watson and Ella Nurkic. Ella Nurkic from Hensman Park. Had a terrific season this year. She's lost only 1 singles. Of course, Maddie Watson, great pedigree. That must be, I think that's Stephanie Watson out there. My apologies. Sorry, it is Maddie Watson. Those Watson girls look very similar.
No, that's Steph out there, mate.
Stephanie Watson.
That's Steph out there. So
She's
Maddie
playing.
must be playing in the number 1 position today.
She will do, directly after this match between Peyton Duckett and Ksenija Vujacic. 3 points apiece.
Of course, when Alexander Park defeated Hensman a few rounds ago, they had the addition of Marisa Gianotti, but obviously doesn't have her services today, so it's going to be a little bit harder.
Just opening up that forehand wing very nicely there. Just giving herself another mini break the opposite way. Hensman Park leading 4 points to 3. Serving, Vujacic, Hensman, 4 points to 3. Mini break, first to 10 points. Overplaying the first serve. And again, the 1-2 combination, beautifully working that forehand wing. Has gone to that forehand often in big points, JP. Vujacic from Hensman Park, 5 points to 3.
Incredible turnaround. She was making a lot of unforced errors on that forehand in that first set, but has not missed one in this super tiebreak so far. So just finding her range now.
Oh, overplaying, a little bit of nerves at this tight situation. Midway through this super tiebreaker, 6 points to 3 now. Vujacic from Hensman Park. Just inching her way towards the 10 points needed to win this super tiebreaker. And it's all before young Peyton Duckett at this stage. Four, 6, overplaying. You can see Ksenija just having a chat to herself. Saw an opportunity to put a little bit of depth on that forehand, just overplaying. That slice again under extreme pressure in this super tiebreaker, just letting it down. 7 points to 4. Ordinarily, in a normal tiebreaker, JP, the match would have been over, but this is a super tiebreaker, first to 10 points. Change ends after every 6 points played. 7-4. Vujacic from Hensman serving. Overplaying. That's one she would love to have back. 7 points to 5 now. Changing ends. 1 mini break back. Just going to the water. Anja Dokic sitting courtside, number 1 player for Hensman. Just having a few words to Ksenija, just telling her to calm down. take a bit of extra time. Katie O'Shea doing the same from Alexander Park to Peyton Duckett. Katie O'Shea, she's the journeywoman of this team. Multiple MVP titles during the mid-2000s, winning a couple of state league titles with City Beach and Blue Gum Tennis Club. What do you think she would have been saying to a young charger at the change of ends, JP?
I just think she'll just be propping her up a bit, giving her a boost in confidence, and just telling her just to play within herself and look to be aggressive when you need to be, and then defend when it's there when you have to defend it. But it's just important that she's just got to keep making balls and keep finding a way to put the pressure back on Ksenija. It's only 2 points in it, so it's still anyone's super tie break yet.
1 mini break, 7-5. Vujacic serving from Hensman. And again, 2 doubles in 2 serves, handing back the 2 breaks of serve that she gained. 7 points to 6 now, still in Ksenij's favour. However, a little bit of momentum shift here, JP. Starting to feel a little bit of the pressure, both players.
It's a bit of a gift, I would have thought. Just a gift in momentum swing. So she earned it off her own bat with those crunching forehands early on, and then just unravelled with those 2 double faults there. So it'll be interesting to see how she comes back from those double faults.
6-7. Duckett serving. Alexander Park. Both girls, first serve just failing him. Oh, and another double fault. 3 double faults in a row. The pressure mounting. 6 points to 8. Fought hard to get back into this super tiebreaker.
Again, it is understandable. Both girls are very young and probably both don't want to let their teams down, so the tension can definitely creep in.
That was a more mature serve. Took a little bit of pace off the ball just to roll it in, start the point. 7 points to 8 in favour of Hensman Park. It's on Ksenij's racket right now. If she can hold these 2 serves, she can give another rubber to Hensman Park. This all-important number 2 singles. Overplaying that forehand a little long. 8 points apiece. The next point will be telling.
There's a lot of tension out here right now, isn't there, Brett? This is do or die now.
Tension is building, and both these athletes.
I still think the person that's willing to be aggressive might be able to come out on top here.
Just a little long. She did not call that though.
Yeah, I thought the ball was a little bit long.
I thought that was long. She could be ruining that missed call. It's probably about half a foot long.
Lemon on
8-9 set match point. Hensman Park. Overplaying that forehand again. JP, 9 points apiece. And you can see Ksenija just clapping the crowd. She's not happy with some of the treatment from the crowd. Clapping her unforced error as they change ends. 9 points apiece.
Yeah, she's brought.
Changing ends, Anja now. A little bit of heat under the cover there. 9 points apiece. On serve, Peyton Duckett serving now. Give herself an opportunity to get a match point opportunity.
Yeah, so it is interesting what pressure can do, and thinking about the scoreline, doesn't it, Brett? So early on in this super tiebreak, Ksenija couldn't miss a forehand, and then in these later stages where it's very tight and tense, only a couple of points in it, she's just managed to push a few forehands, unforced errors. So.
Must win here for Alexander Park. Worry down 1 rubber to love. Again, overplaying that forehand. You can see the frustration creeping in. 10 points to 9. Match point, Peyton Duckett from Alexander Park to give Alexander a opportunity here to level the series up at 1 rubber apiece. A lot of work still ahead on both of these athletes, such has been the ebbs and flows of this third set super tiebreaker.
Yeah, but what I loved there from Peyton was you saw how quick she moved into that backhand corner to run around and make sure she was using her weapon. So for a young person, she's shown a lot of maturity.
Overplaying the serve. And if you don't mind, under those circumstances, in this moment, a double fault to end the match, giving Alexander Park a rubber win here against the highly fancied Hensman Park. A little bit of frustration you can see creeping in for Ksenija. Blew a match point there at 9 points to 8. Unfortunately, she double faulted herself out of this match, JP.
She did. There was a couple of... She had 2 double faults in a row, and then obviously that one and match point down. And you can't help but feel a bit for her because she played an outstanding second set, and the first half of that super tiebreak she was certainly in command. So.
Yeah, you don't like seeing matches closed out that way. That was a little unfortunate for Ksenija. I mean, she had control of that second set leading into the third set. She had a number of mini breaks, had the match on her racket, serving for the match, and unfortunately the serve just let her down when she needed it most. And Peyton Duckett, all credit to her and her fighting abilities to keep Alexander Park alive here after challenging second set and being down in that third set super tiebreaker. 1 rubber apiece as we switching across and watching Ella Nurkic up against Stephanie Watson, number 3 singles spot. And a quick update from the Men's State League. Max Weir up against Ethan Cook. Ethan Cook delivering the goods in straight sets. No.
So I just got word from our producer Tomio there. So Ethan Cook got off to a fly, won the first 6-4, and then Maxi Weir's taken the second set 7-6. So
there
into
we
a
go.
super we go.
Joining the super tiebreaker. All important match down here at Hensman Park Tennis Club. Interesting development. We thought that Maxi Weir was done and dusted. We was given an update, the wrong scores, but it's good to see the scoreboard's been updated, and it's a set apiece super tiebreaker in that
And
number
Max
4
Weir
singles.
leading 1-love to start the super tiebreak. So what a turnaround this could be. Imagine Cottesloe could be 2-0 up, which is incredible, because definitely coming into this matchup as the underdogs. So
we switch back and welcome Goran Marijan back to the commentary booth.
welcome back, Goran.
Thanks, guys. A big result there for Alexander Park with Peyton Duckett getting up.
Much needed, I think, as well, because otherwise, yeah, it was going to 2-0 Hensman makes it very difficult to come back and win from that position. So well done to Peyton. Just held her nerve the better. So got a feel for Ksenija though. She did a mountain of work to get back in and played a really good first half in that super tiebreak, but unfortunately the serve just let her down. So as we watch the third rubber with Stephanie Watson and Ella Nurkic. Ella serving.
I think Ella serving. Ella serving after breaking in the first game. So off to a good start. Yeah, great forehand there, great +1. It's forcing the error.
Obviously, the last time these two teams played, Alexander Park got the better of Hensman, but Ella Nurkic wasn't playing singles in that matchup, so
Yeah.
they're definitely a stronger team when she's playing singles, I would have thought.
Yeah, she came in for the doubles that day, and the Alexander Park got up, I think it was by a set 3-all on the grass at home. So Ella playing in the singles does make that lineup a little stronger. Haven't got a score update on the second court. Steph Watson serving. I'd love 15. Oh, lucky leg caught there.
We've seen a few today, haven't we? Just falling over. But
Yeah, most of them are going over and then they'll come back.
yeah, they are. But just watching Ella hit those backhands, she times the ball as good as any of the state league players I've seen today. She's got a beautiful stroke on that backhand wing. Just overplaying that one, Ella. Just pulling that one a little wide. Steph Watson is the older sister of Maddie. Maddie playing in the #1 singles position today against Anja Dokic. Both Watson girls been around tennis for a very long time at the top level in the state.
Playing most of their time at Cottesloe?
Most of their time at Cottesloe. Made the move over to Alexander Park.
Good serve there by Steph Watson. Steph again serving here at 30-40.
Just a little bit too cute there from Ella Nurkic. Constructed the point very well there. Unfortunately, just couldn't finish it off.
Just maybe a little plate.
Unlucky there from Steph Watson, electing to pull the trigger with the backhand up the line and just pushing it wide. Great defense skills there from Steph Watson, just picking which way Ella was going with that forehand and came up with a nice lob there.
Yeah, Ella just doing damage with that backhand, like you said. She's nice, clean hitting.
Yeah, it's overwhelming with pace, isn't it, with Ella's game? She hits the ball very big.
Yeah, another great shot.
Just super clean, isn't it? It just looks effortless for her. Maybe if I'm Steph Watson, I'm probably looking to go into that forehand corner because she just sits on that backhand side and she just loves cracking them.
Yeah, just got to mix it up.
She just looks super comfortable, doesn't she? Just dictating play with that backhand.
Yeah. Again, nice and free swinging. Open court after the first serve and just obviously very confident on it. Hasn't missed many, so she's just swinging and doing well with taking it up early as well, actually.
Yeah, I think she's still quite young, so no signs of nerves. Just going out there, free swinging and landing everything.
Another ace now as well, so just the update from the men's final.
Yes, so super tie break in the fourth rubber, Ethan Cook versus Max Weir. Ethan Cook commanding now in the super tie break, leading 8-4. All right, we're here on the first court now, starting with the number ones. Maddie Watson versus Anja Dokic. Maddie to serve, closest to the camera. Second serve.
Good hitting in that first point.
It's a great first point. If this is what we're going to get for the rest of the day, this is going to be quite exciting. Both players just extremely well off both wings there.
You see definitely that Anja is the aggressor. Just Maddie really weathering the storm on those first 2 points. Just eventually getting the error
I
of
think she
Anja's
would have expected that coming in. We know the calibre of Anja Dokic and the firepower she possesses, so there's no doubt Anja's going to be looking to dictate and take control of most of the points, but Maddie's done well so far. First 2 points, just weathering the storm, as you said. Beautiful strike off the backhand there from Anja Dokic.
Yeah, just Maddie dropping a couple short there, letting Anja step in.
Yeah, especially while the balls are still pretty new, these balls are going to be flying around off Anja's racket. So just an update on that fourth rubber in the men's. Ethan Cook taking the super tie break against Max Weir 10-6. So both first singles in the men's tie today going to super tie breaks. One apiece, so interesting looking day now. Cottesloe v Hensman in the men's.
Yeah, so both finals, one apiece. Could be going down to the wire. Who knows with the boys.
Yeah, that's
men's
right. Well,
side.
Matt Burton's been in lightning form. He's come up against Will Hahn, but Will's tricky customer on a hard court. Big spinning lefty. So yeah, that's not an easy matchup for Matt Burton, who's probably a slight favourite, I would have thought.
Yeah, Matt's had a great season as well, and he's just a guy that makes a lot of balls. So I'm wondering if he's going to, if Will's going to trouble him with that kind of same game style. So I think Will's going to be a little bit more aggressive today.
And Matty Burton coming off a very strong win here at Hensman last week, defeating Jake Robinson, I think 6-2, 6-2. So, although I have a little dig at Jake here, you won't mind me saying he's probably more suited to the grass sports.
Yes. Loving that Kings Park down there.
Yeah, probably likes the uneven bounces, more Jakey.
So just a double fault there from Matty Watson.
Yeah, nice serve there. Found a spot really well, actually, out wide. Much needed.
So we've got a score update now on the number 3 singles with Ella Nurkic 4-1 up for Hensman Park. 5-1 up now. Great shot.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that a lot today from Anja. She's going to be looking to run around, hitting a lot of forehands, using her firepower. And yeah, if Maddie drops them short like that, you can expect most of them 9 out of 10 times to be punished for clean winners.
Yeah, I think knowing how aggressive Anja is, if you do go down the middle, it's got to have some depth on it. Or if you're going to make Anja play, you're going to make her on the move, make her go for those big shots while she's off balance. Otherwise, you're going to see a lot of winners off her racket today.
Yeah, I think obviously Anja's the overwhelming favourite in this matchup, but if I'm Maddie, what do you think about just giving her as many low slices as possible to Anja? She hits the ball so hard and flat. I mean, if she has to come hit, she's hitting clean winners from underneath net height. The way she hits it nice and flat, then you probably just have to say too good. But I'd be making her try and hit up over the net as much as possible.
Yeah, you just got to, I think, like you're saying, change those contact points. They're not always around the hip. Chucking a couple high, chucking a couple low, and obviously a few drop shots if you have time, just to kind of change the rhythm of the match. So another big shot there to force an error, to get another break point here. Oh. So Maddie's come up with 3 good serves on the break points. Sticking in this game at the moment.
And again, there's probably there's no harm in trying to do those things against Anja, because obviously you're not expecting to win that matchup. Obviously Anja's #1 player in the state. So you just go out there and do your best and mix it up as much as you can and try and throw Anja off her game.
Yeah, I think in early, just to try to test them early, different, like I'm saying, have a look at different balls and see what works.
Yeah, that's clean hitting. Is this about a 4th break point opportunity now?
4th one in a row. So this is what you're going to get though from Anja. You're going to get a lot of winners, but a lot of errors as well. So it's understanding how you're going to feel like you can get those errors at certain times. First serves, mixing it up off the ground. Obviously expect that she's going to hit winners.
Got out of jail a little bit with that one. Maybe dropped that forehand short, but Anja unable to come up with a forehand there, make an unforced error. So first game point, Maddie Watson.
Great shot.
Yeah, this is an incredible matchup so far.
Yeah, long first game.
Thought Maddie did exceptionally well to be in that point, but just got blown away from a huge forehand off Anja's racket. I think Maddie started this match actually really well, even though it's her first service game and they're long points. I feel like she's well on the way to being in the match.
It's another important factor there as well. Those first serves, I think, just to not have Anja have a look at too many second serves to dictate straight away from the first ball. Another game point here.
That ball toss was a bit behind her, that one. So, second serve.
Yep, so another error there. Again, just doing what you had to do. Absorb, counter punch, and a few errors coming off Anja's rackets on some key moments.
And we just saw there, gave herself a big come on boost at the end of that hold. So no doubt she's confident in herself and up for the fight. Over to court 2, update. Nurkic has taken the first set 6-1, so a bit of one-way traffic so far. Just looks to be the more dominant, powerful player on that court, I think, at the moment. Just got huge weapons, doesn't she? She can.
Like we were saying, that backhand just definitely controlling the points off that side. Struggling. Steph Watts is struggling with the pace of it. So really try to get a good start in the second set. Otherwise, it's can run away from her.
Very good 1-2 punch there from Anja. It'll be interesting to see how her shoulder plays. We know she's had a few troubles with that shoulder. So here we are back on court 1. Great forehand there from Anja. Did well from underneath net height there to be able to whip the hand over the ball and create the top spin to let it dip. Second serve.
Swinging lefty second serve, so the ball moving through the air a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to pick up, but a little bit of let off second serve. You want to be making as many of those returns as you can.
Yeah, nice return.
Found a very nice angle there, Maddie Watson, with that return. So Anja obviously off balance there and came up with an error.
Scotty Jones, number one player for Cottesloe Tennis Club. A huge win today, getting Cottesloe off to a flying start against Hensman Park. I mean, simply remarkable. Your form has been unmatchable this year. You haven't lost a match all season. You lost the opening set against Reece Johnson, former NCAA number one player in college. I mean, what were you thinking after dropping that first set? It's a situation you don't find yourself in often.
Yeah, well, he kind of just ambushed me at the start. He was playing really good tennis, and I just had to find a way into the match. Just had to change a few things up. Off the backhand side, he was really punished me through that side. Just had to weather the storm, and after the first set, try and hang in and find a way, and got there in the end.
Absolutely, and it was a great performance. I mean, your strength is really your ability to keep the ball in play, really move your opponents away and find a way. You're a bit of a solution. You solve a lot of problems out on court. And I mean, that third set, super tiebreaker, no third set. Do you like the super tiebreaker, first to 10 points rather than a first to 6 games?
I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan myself. I like the battle. I like the 3-set battle, you know. See who can outlast the kind of thing. I don't know, maybe because it's a strength of mine.
Yeah.
But for the theatre side of things, the Super's really good. I mean, it was emotional. It was tight. It's everything maybe the spectators want to see, so I can see how it works from that standpoint.
Absolutely. And there was a bit of cloak and dagger at the start. You've changed around the order somewhat, and it's created a great deal of talking, but it was something that was well within the rules. And you've put Will Hahn at number one up against Matt Burton, and you put Max Weir against Ethan Cook. I mean, Max Weir has just completed third set tiebreaker, super tiebreaker. He lost that, but gee whiz, that potentially could have turned this whole tie in the favourite Cottesloe. One rubber apiece now. What are you expecting from the next two matches?
I mean, they could go either way. I mean, Will started really well. I think Matt's kind of stemmed the tide a little bit. Vuk and Adam could go. I mean, Vuk's a really good player. It's probably a tough match up there. You never know. Ad's played really good last week against Jerome.
Yep.
Really tight match. He could step up. I can see him firing up to match Vuk's energy. Could go either way, but hopefully we can sneak in front.
Absolutely, and the doubles, obviously, hopefully it'll come down to the doubles. At this stage, the scores are pretty early in the first set, so we've still got a fair bit of singles to play out. The doubles combinations, you don't need to give us away the doubles combinations, but fair to say that you've played very well with Will Hahn all year in the top doubles, and you like to spread out with Brenton Bacon, the old stager, who's somewhat of a stalwart in the State League doubles. I mean, is he a chance to come and play in potentially the lower order, Brenton Bacon, this tie?
Yeah, Bakes will come in and play dubs. He will come in and play. I think we have put the doubles in either way. Maybe that's a little sneak peek, maybe it isn't, but he'll play. I can't remember actually what we did actually. I think I can tell you. I think me and Adam are playing one double.
Yep.
Two doubles will be Bakes and Will.
And last time you played Hensman Park, in fact, you and Adam Kahan defeated Vuk Velukovic, and I think it might have been Ethan Cook. No, he wasn't playing.
And
Evan Manso. That's right. So it looks like it'll come down to the doubles. Wishing you all the very best. Cottesloe haven't won it for a few years. It'd be great to see Cottesloe lift the trophy. You were I think the last remaining player in the current team that won that State League title 5 years ago.
Yep.
So we're hoping that you can emulate that, and good luck for the doubles, Scotty.
Thanks, mate.
Good stuff. Scotty Jones, one of the best players in WA. He's looking forward to another State League title as he heads off out of the commentary booth, and we kick back to court number one. Maddie Inglis from Alexander Parks, closest to the camera, up against Anja Dokic on serve. Welcome back, Goran Marijan. Doing a power of lifting here in this State League commentary booth. Joel Pleydell just taking a well-earned break.
Three holds of serve here. A bit different to the match previously.
How do you see this match shaping up, Goran? We know Anja's been almost untouchable this season.
Yeah,
Maddie Watson is certainly playing some great tennis this season. Back playing again for the first time in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think Maddie just has to have the clear-cut plan of what she has to do. She's got to weather the storm. You know, Anja's very aggressive, so just being able to counter-punch and try to get some depth, go out through the middle when the ball's coming quick. And then any opportunity she does have to get Anja on the move, to maybe draw an error. So she's got to expect that Anja's going to hit winners, but she's also going to hit some errors. So at the moment she's doing okay, 2-1 up. But it's just weathering the storm, I think, is the main plan. Couple errors now, forehand and a double fault from Anja. That's it. Took advantage of that second serve, got her moving and got the error. I think that's got to be the plan.
Break a serve 2, if you don't mind. First break a serve here. Opening up a lead of 3-1, Maddie Watson from Alexander Park. One rubber apiece as we enter into the last 2 singles here. Anja Dokic, favoured player, number 1 player for Hensman Park. Outstanding year. In contention for the MVP prize at the WA Tennis Industry Awards at the end of the year. I mean, Maddie's game is going to give Anja, someone who's a really clear and beautiful ball striker, hits with a lot of power, a little bit of a different look too. Just a few slices, change of pace, change of spin. Something that Anja probably wouldn't have seen too much this year.
Yeah, it's just got to be having that game style to get Anja out of Anja's hitting zone. You know, she likes to beat that ball around the hip. A couple of chances now trying to change the rhythm, but missed both of them. I think it's the right idea, but just got to execute it and feel like she can get if she does go back down the middle, just to knowing that ball's probably coming back down the middle most of the time, and then anticipate that ball. Yep, too short there from Maddie Watson. Anja all over that forehand and forcing another error. So this game, she's bounced right back after that break. Love 40. Yep, and then forcing the error. So broke straight back to love.
Quick as a flash.
Yeah.
It's not a break until you hold, isn't it, Goran?
That's right. So Anja doing well and just being a bit more consistent in that game to what she was the previous game. So 3-2, Alexander Park on serve.
Switching across to the second court. Ella Nurkic in control of this match against Stephanie Watson. Up a set and 3-love. It's been a wonderful season for Ella Nurkic. Been one of the standouts, and again with Anja, Hayley, Burton and Xenia all in line for that MVP award. Very close contest as she's serving 2 breaks of serves in the second set.
Okay, back on the front court here. Anja Dokic serving at 2-3 in the first set. Number 1 singles.
Just trying to force play a little bit, Anja. We know that's her game. She likes to take it up to her opponents, but seems to be just over-pressing, overplaying. Probably a little bit of performance anxiety here. This is a grand final, very hard to get into.
Yeah,
against a player that she should ordinarily beat. Just finds herself on serve midway through the first set.
Yeah, I think, like you said, just pressing, just maybe unnecessary in those occasions, and mainly waiting for that ball to be a little bit shorter and higher. asking a question there. Matty Watson coming in. But Anja did well to force the volley error there. 15 all.
Just overplaying the forehand wing down the line. You can see the frustration creeping across Anja's face. She probably a favourite shot, that inside in, and just unfortunately overplayed.
A little bit of luck there for Matty Watson. Good deep return, but and then a bit of luck with the let cord to make it 15-40. So breakpoint chances here. Good forehand, high forehand there from Anja Dokic. Being aggressive. Maddie trying to weather storm there, but it was too good of a shot at the end. One more breakpoint chance here.
A bit of frustration there again, and you're just making a few unforced errors. Ordinarily wouldn't creep into a game. Both girls going to the towel.
I think it's the right tactic, you know, from Maddie there, going hard middle. You know, there's Anja wants to have swings of the ball. She wants space, and she's probably not respecting that middle ball as well, and try to create something off it and try to hit a corner or try to spread the court instead of maybe just working back down the middle. So good play there from Maddie, and taking a 4-2 lead.
Maddie overplaying that forehand. A little bit of anxiety creeping into that low forehand. And we've seen the ball sort of fly through the air today. Using the Dunlop balls. The balls, once they're fresh and new, they do fly through the air. Like the old kundis did when we were kids, hitting the kundis on the old catgut strings there, Goran.
Oh, yeah. This Australian Open ball, it's a nice ball. It's a bit of a heavier ball than some other ones.
We hand across to Joel Pleydell, bringing back into the commentary booth.
Thank you, Brett.
JP, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Just had a look at the men's action. Very vocal over there. Vuk Velikovic playing Adam Kahane. Plenty of emotion after each point. That Vuk wins, certainly a character in our game.
Bringing the college tennis
yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, he would have learned a lot over there playing college tennis. So.
On to the second court. Steph Watson serving.
Beautiful forehand there, Steph Watson.
Guided that
Taking up the
forehand
line.
down the
Yeah,
line,
that's right. Very silky.
Back on the first court here. Anja Dokic serving at 3-4. Just a couple of breaks of serve now. After 3 holds in a row at the beginning of the set. Yeah, again, Maddie doing the job. Just, you know, she's getting run around the court there, but
right.
she kept getting it back, kept getting it down the middle.
She's obviously probably knew it coming into this matchup. She's going to be the one getting dictated to, but she's a great counterpuncher, Maddie Watson. Makes you play a lot of balls. So
Obviously, Anja's got a lot of pace
yeah,
that you
that's
can
right.
work with, so you just got to really absorb it. And if you have the chance to redirect to get Anja moving, otherwise, I think that ball down the middle is a good play.
Yeah, and as you can see, if Anja's slightly off, she's going to make a few unforced errors. So it's probably worth hanging in there as long as you can.
Yeah, nice shot.
Great counterpunch there, yeah. So
Turning a bit of defense into attack
yeah,
there.
that's right.
So it keeps creating chances on Anja's serve, 15-30.
It doesn't make many unforced errors, Matty, so it's a good start going a long way into this matchup. To be honest, I don't think it's a matchup Maddie would have actually minded, because she knows
Just with
she's
that
probably...
game style.
Yeah, just that game style. She knows she's going to get plenty of unforced errors, and she's very good at keeping the ball in play, so...
Yeah, too good that time.
Yeah, big hitting there from Anja.
That's what I think. That's what you want. You want Anja to hit 4, 5, 6 balls, and if she doesn't miss out of those 6 balls, then too good. But
And yeah, you know she's going to be rocketing every one of those balls. So,
Yeah.
so if she can make 6 in a row, well, you just got to tip your hat off. But a lot of the times you're going to create an unforced error.
30 all.
The other thing is it can frustrate you when you know you're the more dominant player and have the bigger weapons. You see another huge forehand from Anja, and Maddie unable to deal with the pace on that one.
There we go. And you're holding 4 games all.
Yeah, she dug herself out of a bit of trouble there, so very good hold.
Just a score update on the second court there. Nurkic up now 6-1, 4-1 against Steph Watson. Nice shot. Good +1 there. Stepped into the court, took it early, hit the target.
Created a bit of power of her own. It's very good to see from Maddie.
Always nice as well. You get a cheap point like that. So 4-all, 30 love. Had a play on that ball, just been pushed to rotate a little bit early.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Quite a little bit
just
early.
missed. So 30-15.
It's got a ball coming off on from the other court.
Laser hitting there from Anja Dokic.
Yeah, great depth on both shots there. Maddie did well to get that second last one back in the court, but again, she's always been always on the move, Anja dictating the points from the first shot. They wouldn't be happy with that.
No.
30-all.
I think that one was in the slot. Probably going for the body serve there, but fortunate enough. And you came up with an unforced error. 40-30.
Just a loose error there, I think. Obviously, it didn't look like she was expecting it going to that back.
Yeah, it looked rushed in it at the end there. Just. So a couple of loose points there from Maddie Watson. Created break point opportunity for Anja Dokic.
4-all is obviously an important game, but it's just a bit of scoreboard pressure as well. If Maddie could hold here, 5-4, and get Anja to serve to stay in the set, it's always. Now it's a break point opportunity now. Oh, 3 backhand errors in a row. Into the second court. Steph Watson serving.
I'll take over you when you're ready. After this serve.
Yep.
Unless you want to keep going. So Joel was told to the mouse.
Oh, nice forehand from Steph Watson to force the error. Good angle. Back on the first court now. Anja Dokic serving for the first set.
Yeah, it's probably the hardest game to hold, isn't it? When you're serving, close out the first set. So. Job's not done yet. Got to lock in. Try and get this first point. Try and find some first serves.
The mind does wander about the score sometimes instead of just playing what you've been doing. But
well, we saw that, didn't we, in in the second rubber with Ksenija late in that super tiebreak. It's probably mind wandered towards the score and a lot of tension and unfortunately a lot of double faults, which cost her the match.
Great shot.
Oh, if you don't mind. Inside out backhand up the line.
Stepped in.
Woof.
And really jumped on that ball. Just landed short. Not much pace on it. Anja really got...
Yeah, that's full of confidence when you're hitting shots like that for winners.
Yeah, nice
great
one
one
too.
too. Yeah, using that left arm swinger out to the ad court and then just freed up the open court on the juice side. Made it look very easy.
Right. Very good game at 5-4. There's always a bit of, like you're saying, a bit of nerves, a bit of tension maybe, but she's really loose in this game. Hit 2 great winners.
Yeah, I think even she was surprised with that last forehand. You gave a big grin at the end of that one.
Oh, that's the first set. Only Dokic taken the first set against Maddie Watson, 6-4. And just a quick update on the number 3 singles. Ella Nurkic has taken out Steph Watson 6-1, 6-1. I'm going to hand over now to Marisa Gianotti for some special comments.
Welcome, Marisa, into the commentary booth.
Thank you very much.
First time?
It is first time in here.
Very good.
That 4-all game was costly in the end there for Alexander
It was,
Clark.
wasn't it? Yeah, Maddie Watson. Yeah, she had game points, didn't she?
Yeah, a couple of opportunities.
But yeah, just the overwhelming power of Anja Dokic is. It's not easy when you're coming up against someone who hits the ball as hard as she does.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously in that last service game, she just found her range, didn't she?
Yeah,
Winner
Anja,
after winner.
Yeah, definitely served for the set and took advantage of her serve. And like we said, 3 winners in that last game, so it's not a bad way to close out a set. Let's see if Maddie can regroup here and come out and try and.
Yeah, I don't think Maddie played a bad set of tennis at all. I think she was well up for it, well in the fight, but just got broken at that 4-all, just that crucial time, just a couple of loose errors. I think it was 2 or 3 backhand unforced errors at 4-all, just a little bit costly, that's all.
Yeah.
But apart from that, there's not really much separating them.
Yeah.
Obviously 2 very different game styles. Maddie more of a counter-puncher and Anja obviously known for her big ground strokes.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Maddie can regroup here for the first game of the second set.
So Hensman Park currently lead the Rubbers 2-1. And they've taken the first set here in the number 1s. So commanding position here for Hensman. Probably came in as favourites.
Yeah, I think on the hard court, definitely Hensman were the favourites coming in. On the grass court, I think it adds a slightly different dynamic to the matchup, but definitely favourites on the hard court, Hensman. Anja opens with a cross-court backhand return winner.
Yeah, obviously Hensman Park finishing on top of the table, so they get all their finals played on their home deck. So that probably plays a little bit into their favour. having the home ground advantage, probably feel a lot more comfortable here than on maybe a grass court.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, as Anja just lasers another forehand winner up the line. Certainly feeling it off her ground strokes at the moment, Anja. So just for Maddie, probably just needs to maybe take a bit more time between points and try and steady the ship a little bit and weather the storm. Obviously, yourself, Marisa, you play for Alexander Park this year, so you probably know the Alexander Park girls very well. And Peyton, do you know what the go? Peyton obviously playing the #1 position most of the year, but now into the grand final. Maddie Watson stepping up and playing in that #1 position. Was that more a tactical thing to do against Hensman coming into the final?
Yeah, I think last time we played, or Alexander played with Hensman, Peyton had a really tough one against Anja. Anja just brought all the experience that she has and was just too powerful for Peyton at the end of the day, and Peyton really wasn't able to get her rhythm. So I think it was a really smart move by Alexander Park to mix that up and give Peyton a shot at the second, and it worked. It worked for them, and so probably I'd say tactically, yeah, it was a good move by Alexander Park just to mix up their lineup and give Hensman Park a different look.
And you'd think Maddie, even though she hasn't played in the #1 spot, she would back herself in to step up to the challenge and potentially even win the matchup against Anja.
Yeah, of course. I mean, she was in that first set. We spoke about it was 4-all. She had points to go up. 5-4 in the end, so she's definitely in the set and in the match. So she got broken early just then. Anja's still hitting the ball big and hitting winners. We'll see if Maddie can find herself in this set a little bit more. It's Anja's first unforced error in probably about 10 minutes.
I was just about to say the same thing. So started a service game with the double fault.
Let's see if Maddie can use that to her advantage and
see if she can
herself in here.
make a good return here and then try and mount some pressure. I reckon that's the first one I've seen today that hasn't dropped over.
Oof, that was close.
Wow.
So Maddie needs to win the set here for Alexander Park for them to go to the doubles. Otherwise, Hensman will win the tie if Anja wins this match in straight sets. So a little bit of pressure on Maddie to get a set here. Anja's backhand cross court's a very solid shot.
Yeah, it doesn't miss much, does it? I mean, obviously her biggest shot's the forehand, it's her biggest weapon, but obviously that's the side that you get the most unforced errors out of as well. So whereas the backhand's just that not miss shot for her, she can rely on that in any situation really. Yeah, good job there from Maddie, just creating a bit of angle there and getting Anja off balance out of the court. So probably just needs to give Anja some different variety in her shots, I think, and maybe just trying to keep a few low underneath the net, because Anja does hit the ball very flat and hard, so if you're making her hit up over the net, you're probably going to get a lot more unforced errors out of her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly what Joel just alluded to. Change the pace up a little bit, draws the error from Anja.
And the break back, so back on serve. Good job from Maddie there after losing her opening service game to get things back on level terms. A live streaming coverage brought to you by Goods Property Services and Scotty's Media with our fantastic producer Tomio Yamazaki. Another huge forehand there from Anja. And that one there, not an easy shot, playing it from head height, hitting down on the ball, but just the raw talent from Anja
Unbelievable
Dokic.
ball striker.
Yeah, just overplaying that one, Anja Dokic with that backhand. So obviously she doesn't play with much spin, but that one certainly didn't have any kind of spin on it, and just floated long. So good start to this game from Maddie.
A couple of errors in the last few minutes off Anja's racket. Whether she's going for a little bit too much or trying to flatten her shots out a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you expect that, but how hard she hits it and how flat she hits it. She's going to get a lot of reward and a lot of winners, but also there's going to be a lot of unforced errors as well.
Oh.
Unlucky there from Maddie, just catching the tape but not falling favourably for her, coming back onto her own side.
Big point there at 30-all. Bit of an unforced error in the net there from Maddie Watson. I think she had to make Anja play. Did well to get the serve in, but missed her first shot off that.
That's never fun, is it? When you hit the first serve into the net, you have to run and knock it away. You can throw out your rhythm very easily doing that. A little bit fortunate there from Anja, just catching the tape and just falling over. Maddie did well to run that one down, but left herself exposed with a lot of open court where Anja found pretty easily. So another break of serve. 3 in a row to start this second set.
2-1 Hensman Park.
As you can see, both players got someone helping them out on the court, giving them some advice.
Let's see if we can get the first hold here for the second set. Anja serving at 2-1 up. This second set's going to be on Anja's racket if she can string enough points together, or if she can let those errors creep in like we've seen the last of the 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, I think there's no question. She's probably the best player in WA in the women's. So most of her matches are going to be won or lost on her own racket. Obviously, she's the most dominant player when she plays out on court with the biggest shots. So it's whether or not she's making them or if she's a little bit off.
And Joel, if you're playing Anja out here, what would you do?
Look, it's a tough situation. Like we're watching it here firsthand. She's just striking everything so pure out of the middle, and even there, she's hit that ball so hard and found an angle with it as well. So, look, it's very difficult. But again, I haven't seen many slices from Maddie. I don't know if she's comfortable hitting a slice, but if she was, I'd be throwing in just a little bit more variety if I could. Just maybe drag her forward as well and see what she's got at the net. So I haven't seen Anja at the net yet. So maybe dropping in a few drop shots if you got time, but. Easier said than done. She hits the ball so hard. I don't even know if you're going to find a time to play a drop shot. So, yeah, going after one there. I don't mind that play from Maddie. Just try and pull the trigger if you can. You got to try something different. Finding yourself 6-4, 2-1 down. So. Great shot there from Maddie. What impressed me there is she missed that first one, but only by a small margin, but it didn't deter her that next point, so she went after another one, she lands it, so well done from her.
Yeah, really deep return down the middle there for Maddie, forcing the error from Anja.
I think Maddie thought that one was creeping long, but it dropped in, so good first serve there from Anja. Comfortable hold in the end, leading 3-1, first hold of this second set.
Tough return there from Anja, forcing Maddie into the error.
Just an update over in the men's action. Vujacic taking the first set against Adam Kahane, 6-1. Matt Burton playing Wuhan in the #1 positions. And Matt Burton taking the first set 6-3 and leading 3-2 in the second set.
Ooh, another net cord.
Yeah, we've seen so many today, haven't we? That one favouring Maddie Watson, just dropping over onto Anja Dokic's side.
Again, that ball creeping back after the first serve.
Just going for a little bit too much there, Anja, just pushing that ball wide. So let off for Maddie Watson there. Yeah, nice body serve there from Maddie Watson, finding a first serve, cramping Anja Dokic up. So a couple of free, cheap points here from Maddie Watson, last couple of points. Oh, wow. Incredible striking from Anja. Maybe caught a little bit of a frame, that's why you probably see a little bit of smile on her face. But as they say, fortune favours the brave, and Anja's definitely always looking to go after her shots. Another cracking return there from Anja, this time on the forehand wing.
Brings it back to Juice.
Yeah, so it's a tricky one for Maddie. I'm not sure what you do, because just see there, two backhand and a forehand from Anja, both lasered. So tough period here for Maddie, just needs to find a way to hold. Yeah, unforced error there. Had a look at a second serve, that would have created a break point opportunity, but catching the net leaves Maddie Watson with a game point. She'll be looking to make a first serve here, try and get a cheap point and cheap hold. Oh, wow, if you don't mind. She gave us a bit of everything there, didn't she, Maddie? She changed all the speeds and spins up there. And
we saw a slice, we saw a slower, higher ball, and
then lasered one up the line and gave Anja a bit of a taste of her own medicine.
That's what we were just speaking about earlier there, was that change of pace, and did Maddie have enough time to be able to change up the pace and spin on the ball, and we saw it there. So let's see if Maddie can put that into her game for the next sort of 5-10 minutes, and see if she can throw Anja's rhythm a little bit.
Yeah, and hopefully Ian's telling her about it. Now the change of ends, just saying that, look, that word, let's stick to that plan and just give her some different looks. Alright, so Maddie's still a break down. 3-2, and you're serving. Well done there from Maddie. She's actually hit her returns very well, I thought, throughout the whole match. Just trying to put some pressure back on Anja there, so very well done to take that first point. So it just creates a little bit of pressure for Anja now. Yeah, huge first serve, swinging it out wide to that ad court there. Anja Dokic, her favourite serve. More good defence from Maddie Watson.
Shorter ball throwing Anja off there, didn't quite come with the pace that Maddie's other balls had come at.
Again though, that's the one where you're dragging her forward to see what Anja can do when she is moving forward.
Oh, wow.
Great return Maddie Watson, wow. So really stepping up for the battle here now, Maddie Watson, probably very timely, probably senses the occasion now and all to play for. Obviously loses this set, then the day is done and dusted, and Hensman Park will take the shield. Spectacular tennis though, isn't it? Both players just giving it their all and
Leaving everything out there.
yeah, and limited errors for how hard they're hitting the ball is really good to watch. Second service here. So a bit of pressure on Anja.
Oh, Maddie just catching the net tape there with that second serve return. Stepped inside the baseline to hit off forehand.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky, probably just needed to make her play. Had a look at a second serve.
Back to Juice.
Probably love to have her time again there, Maddie. She had a look at that return. Just pushed it long. Oh, and again, a few net tapes.
That was maybe 3 or 4 returns in a row there Maddie's missed to give Anja the game there. Looks like we have the doubles walking onto court 2 at the moment. So the
Yeah, that's an interesting
doubles.
move, isn't it? Because obviously if Anja wins this set, then there's no need to play the doubles because they'll have enough sets banked to take the day out and win the shield. But they're coming out to play. So we've got Nurkic and Ksenija versing Sheridan, Currie and Peyton Duckett.
Great hitting from Anja there, forehand cross court, putting Maddie on the back fence trying to defend there. I think that's no surprise with the lineups for the doubles there in the number 2.
Great move there from Maddie.
Well played from Maddie. Moving forward to take that ball out of the air, not giving Anja enough time to recover.
You see the lightning footwork she did to try and get up to that ball as fast as she possibly could, so that ball didn't drop on her. So she caught that driving backhand volley above net height, makes it a lot easier to hit into the court.
Another rifling return cross court there from Anja. Maddie did well to get the ball back in play.
Yeah, I thought so as well, but just the overwhelming power from Anja Dokic once again. I think if we were to check the stats and look at meters covered, I think Maddie Watson would be nearly or more than double of what Anja's moving around the court, that's for sure. Great shot there.
Had a little bit more time for that one. Anja's ball hit the net tape and popped up, gave Maddie that little bit more time.
Yeah, and she jumped on it very quickly, moving into the court, taking it nice and early. Showing some good pace of her own off that forehand wing. just pulling that one wide, and your Dokic on that return.
Didn't qualify. Maddie finding herself too far back behind the baseline there and giving Anja a lot more space to hit into.
Probably just leaving that one a little bit too short, and it's easily taken up the line there from Anja. So been updated that Will Hahn has gone down to Matthew Burton in the #1 singles in the men's. So Hensman Park 2-1 up in the men's singles. And in the number 3 position, Hensman Park well on top. So looking likely that Hensman Park will be 3-1 in front in rubbers after the singles.
So it's 1-1 there in the second set with Vuk and Adam.
And Vuk winning the first set, I think, 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1.
So pretty commanding position for Hensman at the moment in both the men's and ladies finals today.
Anja's just pushed another return long. Here we go. So Maddie's got another game point. Let's see if she can capitalise on this.
I think an interesting stat would be the last time both men's and women's have gone back to back.
Last year.
Yeah.
I think it was last year that Hensman, not sure. It's dominant, bit of dominance from the Hensman Park
Yeah,
Tennis
they've
Club.
always been up there, haven't they, Hensman Park? They always seem to find some great young talent and bring them through their local club pathway and then into the performance pathways here at Hensman Park.
Anja's just overhitting a couple of these returns. It's giving Maddie another opportunity to hold here. Love how Maddie runs to get that ball at the net, trying not to distract her rhythm, keeping herself focused. Anja moving forward nicely there.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Maybe just sat up a little bit and made it a little bit easier for Anja to put that one away, but bring her forward, give her something different to look at.
Maddie pushing that serve long there, so it's double folded juice.
Yeah. Break
Game
point
for Anja.
Oh, it's just too good, isn't it?
And
Yeah,
Anja making the most of that break point opportunity.
Yeah, just a bit unlucky. Double folded juice there, just a little bit costly now. And you're leading 6-4, 5-2.
She's going to serve for the match and actually
the title,
for the tie.
so-
so
Yes,
big game coming up here on
yeah.
Anja's racket.
It's huge. Serving to take the shield for the Women's State League. Brought to you by Goods and Property Services and Scotty's Media.
Plugging on. Yes, thank you. All right, so Anja stepping up to the line here to serve for, as we've said, serve for the title. The men, Scotty's going to see the men will play here. Good start for Anja there.
Yeah, so 15 love, Anja. Serving for another Hensman Park State League title.
Missed return there from Maddie. Wonder how many titles Anja has won for Hensman Park Tennis Club.
Yeah, interesting question.
We know it's at least 2. We know she was part of the winning team last season.
Just waiting as the ball came across from the doubles. Here we 30 love, Anja. Oh,
Big ace
timely
that way.
serve, that one, wasn't it? Freed up the shoulder there. We know she's had a few shoulder problems, Anja, but she didn't hold back on that serve. Huge, flat, wide serve there from Anja for an ace. Brings up 3 match points. Oh, and lasered one if you don't mind.
Forehand down the line.
That's how you finish in style.
That's the title there for Hensman Park Tennis Club.
Congratulations, Hensman Park Tennis Club, winning this year's Women's State League title. I thought Maddie played a pretty good match anyway, but Anja Dokic just way too powerful off the ground. So.
Yeah. It's 3 rubbers to 1 to Hensman Park Tennis Club, but because they they lost their match in 3 sets, so that gives them 1 extra set. So to win a title or to win the day, you need 3 rubbers and 1 set. So the Hensman have claimed that with the singles.
An incredible day's play here at Hensman Park. The final of the Goods Property Service Men's and Women's State League competition. Exceptional tennis. The women's was won by Hensman Park, 3 rubbers to 1 in what was one of the best matches you will see this year. And conversely, the men's was won by Hensman Park as well. Back to back. First time we've seen that happen in the history, the 123 years of tennis in WA at the highest level. Joel Pleydell, my name is Brett Patten. We were joined by Goran Marijan throughout today's broadcast. I want to pick your brain about today's event and particularly around some of the performances from the women's side of the draw. Peyton Duckett, for me, a certain standout for Alexander Park. She really put Alexander Park in a pretty good position, winning that first match up against Xenia Vujacic in 3 sets, 11-9 in that super tiebreaker. But who were the standout performers for you, particularly in the women's competition today?
Yeah, definitely. Peyton Duckett was my standout today. Yeah, incredible talent, incredible athleticism. I think she's gone places, that girl. She's a heck of a talent. And the other one would have been Anja Dokic. I mean, what a powerful player and incredible talent and another one who could have been anything.
Absolutely, and they lost 1 match throughout the course of this season at Hensman Park. They did lose to Alexander Park in round 12, but Anja, Xenia, Ella and Hayley Burton alongside Lily Fairclough, who didn't play today. She's away in London at the moment. I think they want to combine 44 singles out of a possible 50 singles right across Goods Property Service State League competition. It was simply a dominant year and culminating in another win for the Hensman Park team. What are they doing out here at Hensman Park to really just solidify them as the premier club in the State League competition?
It is. It's a very interesting question, isn't it? Mark Luber's been doing a fantastic job out here, the head coach out here at Hensman Park, but there's something brewing in the waters out here at Hensman. I don't know what they're doing. Whatever they are doing, they're definitely keeping under wraps. It's definitely some secrecy, but they breed high quality talent, and it's an exceptional and a testament to the club and everyone who supports them. So
exactly, and they keep producing talent. They've got a great depth here. We know that Xenia Vujacic will be moving across to play US college tennis next season. We won't see her this year. but the depth and the ability to be able to produce new talent here at Hensman Park has been simply exceptional. James Connolly, Mark Luber, Ellen Lynch, who is the club manager, the state league manager, they continually just find talent from nowhere. Now, if we look at the men's competition, I mean, again, this was a heated affair out here at Hensman Park. Hensman Park went back-to-back defending champions from last year. We saw Scott Jones go through this season undefeated, winning his final against Reece Johnson in 3 very tight sets. But unfortunately for Cottesloe, we saw Max Weir, who'd only lost 1 match prior to today's final. He went down in 3 sets to Ethan Cook. We saw Matty Burton too strong for Will Hahn today, and of course Vuk Velukovic defeating Adam Kahan. So they went down to doubles and ended up winning by 1 extra set. That's all they needed to collect a back-to-back championships. What were your thoughts about the men's final today, but more so your thoughts across the competition?
Yeah, I thought it's been an exceptional standout year. Obviously, we've got the live coverage and the broadcast, so it's unprecedented times for tennis in WA, and then hopefully we can just take the next step next season and come back bigger and better. But Hensman Park, dominant again. I mean, incredible talent. Reece Johnson coming in. I mean, we know he's been ranked NCAA's #1, so we know he's got high-quality talent. Scotty Jones, another one. I think he played an Australian Open qualifying draw in the men's. He won the 8 International, so high-quality talent across all the men's state league, and they just put on an absolute display, didn't they, today?
Yeah, and the Nick Kyrgios of the WA State League competition, Vuk Velukovic. I mean, he's simply an exquisite talent. He is so entertaining on the court. You either love him or you hate him, a little bit like Nick Kyrgios, but he was there to entertain, and gee whiz, he played incredibly well in the back half of this season, and defeating Adam Kahan really just put him in the driver's seat.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Absolute standout. And you never know when you're going to get from him. Every point's different, and he definitely wears his heart on his sleeve, that man, and you know how he's feeling every point. So, but exceptional talent, plays two-handed both sides, but can do anything with the ball, and came out on top today. He was just way too good for Adam.
The whiz, a bit like Fabrice Santoro from yesteryear, in 2 hands on both sides, very unorthodox. The presentation was had only moments ago. Pam Creswell presented the medals for the women's winners and for the runners-up. We also acknowledged Darren Dorber from Goods Property Services there to also hand out the medals and present the shield. And in the men's side of it, we had Rod Van, who is the president of Tennis West, handing out the medals alongside Darren Dorber to the winners in Hensman Park and also the runner-ups in Cottesloe. Scotty Jones made a nice speech around his team and the team's performance throughout the year, and of course Evan Manso, the captain, co-captain of Hensman Park alongside Reece Johnson, had a few lovely words to say at the end of today's match, I guess. So we just want to say a great big thank you to Scotty Walsh and Scotty Walsh's media, to Tomio Yamazaki for their wonderful efforts throughout this whole summer of tennis. The broadcast was simply exceptional. The West Australian newspaper live feed, taking it to a new level, promoting the top line tennis in WA, and we're going from strength to strength for next year. Also, I want to thank Goods Property Services, Tyre Power, who are powering tennis leagues, and we're looking forward to bringing you all tennis at the highest level next year. Bye for now.